Hello guys, how's it going? It's the Professional here. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video and sometimes did a few live streams. It's just been a little busy with school and work has messed me up, but I have a few days off. I can try to upload some things now. And we are doing a review on the V-65 Molotok. Now, you need to do 21 source missions in order to be able to unlock this. So just make sure you guys do those source missions, and it's double money right now on Hangar. So do those source missions so you can get a 25% discount on this plane. Now, this plane costs $4,788,000, and if you complete those 21 source missions, you get it for $3,600,000. So how does this plane actually handle? Now, this plane has a very amazing takeoff, and its handling is amazing. As you guys see, I'm doing barrel rolls, I'm flying upside down, I can easily fly under bridges with this plane, and this clip is sped up to save time, but basically I can... This is one of the most agile planes in the game. I can pretty much do any kind of stunt I want. The only thing that might mess me up is the back tail that's a little tall, but other than that, I can pretty much hit anything I want. I can go under any bridges right here. I'm flying under the most skinniest bridges, and this thing does have and here we're flying under the smallest bridge right now. Even handled that. Now this thing has just regular machine guns. Unfortunately, doesn't have explosive cannons for being a fighter jet, which is really disappointing. It doesn't even bomb. And so how do the missiles actually handle in this plane? So we're going to test that out right here. And I thought I would test this out on a Headhunter. And now Headhunter is a VIP work where you have to take out 4 targets around the map, and I figured this might be a good one to test this one out on. So if I can't use explosive cannons, how good are the missiles actually in this thing? Now the missiles are actually different in this one than in the Hydra and the laser. A lot of people don't see that, but the missiles in this are actually unlimited, just like in the Starling, the missiles are unlimited, meaning that you can just keep firing them without delay. In the Hydra and the laser, there's a cooldown before you can fire another missile. Again, a few second cooldown. On this one, it doesn't have anything, and the missile does fire faster. So the missile fires faster than in the Hydra and the laser, and it has no cooldown, so you can fire as many as you want. But unfortunately, even though the missiles are unlimited and they are faster, they are not more accurate than the laser or the Hydra. And while I managed to take out 2 targets right here, it is especially difficult to hit some of the moving targets, some of the cars that are driving away. Let me show you here. So as you guys see right here, I can't get this target right here. And if the Molotok did have explosive cannons, I would be able to easily complete this challenge. But unfortunately, I can't. And that's what sucks about the Molotoks. It's a wasted opportunity. This thing should have definitely had explosive cannons on it. So as you see, guys, I can't get this guy. If the missiles were like the missiles in the AA SAM, they would be a lot better and be able to hit targets. Missiles in the AA SAM will always usually hit the targets. They even spin around, they hit the targets, but the thing still fires a standard laser and Hydra missiles, only just a little bit faster. I am very disappointed the Molotok does not drop bombs, unlike the Starling as here. And I know what people are going to say, but Professional, it's a fighter jet. It doesn't need to drop bombs. Well, guess what? This is GTA. In real life, the Starling, also known as the Comet, this plane did not drop bombs in real life. It only had explosive cannons, but doesn't have explosive cannons in this game. And the MiG series of fighters, which is what the Molotok is based off of, did have explosive cannons. So I don't see why it can't drop bombs at least. And here, right here, the Rogue, a propeller-based plane, has explosive cannons, but yet the Molotok doesn't. It's a missed opportunity. I don't know why it doesn't have explosive cannons. And in this part, I wanted to do a speed test between the Molotok and the Hydra. So right here, let's do a speed test. Let's see what it's like. So as you guys see, the Molotok from the takeoff has faster acceleration. It takes off faster than the Hydra. And note, this clip is sped up, so this is not the actual speed of it. But the Molotok does, in general, take off much quicker than the Hydra. And as you guys see, the Hydra is catching up to me over time. And it's going to take a decent amount of time for it to catch up, but it will catch up to it. The Hydra is only a little bit faster, not that much. And here I'm going to show you guys speed test number 2. So here we have speed test number 2. And here we go. The Molotok versus the Hydra. And as you guys see, the acceleration and the Molotok clearly has a quicker takeoff than the Hydra, but the Hydra is slowly catching up to me, only slowly catching up to me. And you know, this is like barely nothing. It's pretty much the same. The Hydra is a little bit faster, but overall, I'm gonna put the Molotok as the quicker aircraft because with that acceleration boost, the Hydra really can't catch up to another pilot in this situation unless you're flying perfectly straight across the map. Here we have a test on how good the Molotok is at dogfighting. So right here I'm doing a ring around the rosy dogfight match, and this typically happens in dogfights where players trying to get up behind each other in a circle, endless circle, until one player gets behind the other and they shoot them down. And right here I was testing if I could get behind the Hydra, and I could. But the Hydra can also get behind me. So this thing does have, I've noticed this thing just has just as well agility as a Hydra, or maybe even a little better. But you can get behind a Hydra, and I don't recommend using the machine guns. As you guys see, use the missiles. If this thing had explosive cannons, it could easily compete with any, the laser or the Hydra, but because it doesn't have explosive cannons, it's going to have that disadvantage. But the missiles on this thing are faster than the missiles on the Hydra, and they're unlimited. So I recommend the best way to take down a target is don't get far from them, because then they're just going to fly around in a circle and dodge. Get really close to them and fire missiles so they don't have time to dodge. And here I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about, the missiles. So we are going to be firing off a chain of missiles from the Hydra and the Molotok. So the Hydra and the Molotok are going to be firing missiles here, and we're going to be firing them to show you guys. The missile, if you guys look carefully, the missile on the Molotok is actually traveling faster than the Hydra. So look carefully. You see the Hydra missile? Watch the Molotok missile. We're going to let them out right now. See, guys? It fires much faster than the Hydra, and these missiles are unlimited, so you can pretty much fire these missiles as much as you want, unlimited. There's no delay, but the Hydra and the laser have delays. So as you guys see, now I'm firing as many missiles as I can. Look at my fire rate and compare it to the Hydra, and also my missiles are faster. So that's one advantage that this plane does have. In this clip here, I wanted to test, can the Molotok dodge missiles without the need of flares? And the answer is yes, it can. As you guys see those missiles right behind me, all you need to do is just fly in a circle, and you can easily dodge the missiles with the Molotok. The missiles will not be able to catch up to you. So this thing is very decent at dodging missiles. You don't even need the flares. As you guys see from the first-person screenshot of this cockpit, it does have a nice Cold War feel to the MiG fighter, and even does have some things in Russian, even though they are blurry. If anyone can translate this, let me know. Now here, I wanted to test if this aircraft had ejection seats. Ejection seats are basically when you shoot out of the sky, kind of like in a Hydra or a laser or a Rogue, and you just shoot out the parachute. And I wanted to test this in a bad situation if I'm going down. And why do I test ejection seats? Because ejection seats can be the difference between life and death. If I had to manually get out of the cockpit of any other plane, I'd be dead. Because I was able to get out quickly here, I can survive. And here I wanted to test a damage resistance on this plane. So I took the typical homing launcher that people tend to use against aircraft, and it can take 3 homing launchers in general. So it destroys it on the 3rd hit, so it can take 3. And here, finally, I wanted to show you guys, is this plane good for any kind of work, any kind of money? And the only thing I found really was great for velocity. And velocity, to start this VIP work, you need to own a rocket Voltic. But basically, this is a very decently paying VIP work if you got a bunch of teammates that are working together and coordinating. Now, basically, what you have to do in this job is one person has to get into the rocket Voltic, and then I believe they have to stay over 60 miles per hour, or they explode. And the other teammates, they have these golden circles that pop up around the map, and kind of like time stopwatches, basically shaped. And you have to hit those stopwatch golden marks, and when you hit those, you decrease 20 seconds on the timer, and it does help to decrease the timer on this job, and it does help to make this job go by faster. So every time I hit that, it decreases 20 seconds less, and because I'm in a jet, I'm able to get to those markers really quickly, and I'm able to hit it. But you have to be careful, and I recommend having somebody in a helicopter. So do this job with 3 people, have another person in a helicopter, as you see Plasma Ace there, and have the helicopter ready to hit the ones that is really hard for the jet to hit, so you don't want to crash. But basically, I'm doing fine hitting this, and if you are a good pilot and you are used to flying low and you're used to flying under bridges and stuff, this job will be really easy for you, and it'll be really easy to make a lot of money with this. People couldn't believe how I was hitting these checkpoints so fast, and I told them I was using the Molotok. So if you just hit the Molotok, and you guys see is how quickly we're decreasing the time. I've already gotten it down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. This clip is sped up, but I managed to decrease the time already by a few minutes just because I was just hitting these checkpoints. And just like I was able to decrease it here, but unfortunately I crashed. Just make sure you guys call Moore's Mutual. It only costs $1,000 to replace the Molotok, and then you can just get to it really quickly. And in this area particularly, I managed to spawn it really close to me. I can get back in the air and then help my teammate complete the challenge even quicker right here. and you get around 35 grand at the end of this challenge. And here we are wrapping up this review. So let's take a look at the pros. It's very fast. It can compete with the Hydra and the Laser. As you guys saw, it can get behind a Hydra, and even though the Hydra is a little bit faster, it's pretty much irrelevant. It's almost nothing. And if this thing is ahead of a Hydra, chances are the Hydra is not going to catch up to it. It would have to just keep constantly going in a straight line. So I would say it's almost completely the same as Hydra and Laser in speed. It just has a faster takeoff. It's very agile, as you guys seen all the things it can do. It can get behind a Hydra and a Laser quickly. It has ejection seats, and the reason I emphasize that is because if you had to manually jump out of this plane, then you would die a lot. But if you're in bad trouble, if your plane's going down and you can eject really quick, you can get out there really quickly. It's the difference between life and death. And another pro is it can be used for work where you need to travel. So like the challenge Velocity, if you need to get around the map really quickly, this is the plane for you. But unfortunately, you're not gonna be destroying things with this plane easily as you think you will be. Here we got the cons. No explosive cannons. I think that's the biggest disappointment on this jet. How can this jet not have explosive cannons? You add a Cold War style fighter jet to the game. You make it $3,600,000, a very expensive price to pay. And this thing doesn't have explosive cannons. The Rogue has explosive cannons. That's $1,200,000. Why should the Rogue, a propelled-based plane, have explosive cannons and this thing doesn't? At least it could have bombs, but no bombs. If this thing had explosive cannons, that'd be another great jet that we could add to the game. It could be Hydra versus Laser versus Molotok, and that'd be great fights that we could have. But unfortunately, the machine gun is crap on this, and it's not good against ground targets. It's not, as you guys seen. The only thing it could do is it could pretty much do against air targets. But if it goes up against a Hydra or a Laser, oh, you're gonna still be in trouble. You can take down helicopters with it, but you can fly quickly. But again, I mean, I like it because of its speed. But for a player who doesn't have a lot of money, I don't think you should invest in this. I mean, I don't see what you're gonna get out of this unless you really like the style of the plane and you really want it. But I don't think you're really gonna get much, because if you're looking for the next deadly fighter jet to get, this is not the fighter jet that you want. You are not going to kill people with this jet. I'm just telling you that right now. If you want to pull off crazy stunts, fly around the map really quickly, this jet is for you. But don't be looking at this jet as a moneymaker. Don't be looking at this jet for being able to complete jobs, to destroy targets, to kill people. You're not. The only thing it was good for was velocity, and this is the only thing I found that it was good for. But other than that, it has great agility, and it does look cool like a jet. But again, not a great fighter jet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm sorry this review took so long. I had really busy with a lot of stuff, and I tried really hard to keep this under 10 minutes. I did, but I just wanted to put a ton of details into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it will help you decide if you want to buy this plane or not. And until then, I will see you guys on my next one, and we will be streaming again in the day. And if it's not in the day, it'll be at night. And I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone.